Ah, hello. What do you have to say for yourself? Yes, I'm here. What do you think? It's one thing to have to cancel an appointment that has been booked for a while. Alright, these things happen. But to not call, to not even send me a little text, to have me waiting like a fool, and I do not let people make a fool of me. It's well within my right to end our contract whenever I see fit, especially since I'm doing all of this pro bono, you could say. To think that I took time out to spend with you, because what? You managed to get under my skin, some sort of... No, What do you have to say for yourself? Yes, we've established that I'm here still in shock, are we? I had to summon myself outside on the street like an animal, and then walk up to your apartment. I don't like walking up to people's apartments. You know, this building doesn't have a lift. I understand it's one of those old houses converted into apartments. But I shouldn't be expected to have to climb stairs. Frankly, no one who needs a walking aid should have to climb stairs. Or uses a walking aid, not need. I'm perfectly fine. You better not be, otherwise what sort of excuse do you have for not calling and cancelling? Don't get all upset and try and manipulate me into feeling bad. You caused this. So, gonna see you're about to fall over. God, no, don't. Here, take my cane. Hobble yourself back inside. No, I will get the door. When this place has looked better. Right. What is up with you? Something is. You are different. I'm sorry, it appeared to me that just a few seconds ago you were willing to start explaining yourself and now you're telling me to leave. And it doesn't matter. Sit down. Pet. I said, sit down. I demand an excuse. Or would you like me to end our contract? Bother me. It is not a bother to let me know not to get everything ready and waste my own time. Or I could have had another client booked in if I'd known that spot was free. Or I could have had some me time. I don't expect you to confide in me about everything. We're not together. We're not even really friends, so. But you are one of mine, and I take care of what is mine, right? I would need to know if something is wrong. Because it could affect everything. No, not... I don't threaten to end people's contracts if they're not feeling alright. That's not... If, hypothetically, you were not up for certain things because of mental or physical problems, you tell me. And we find ways to still continue our contract without causing you further harm. Example, you acknowledge and respect the fact that I have chronic pain, yes, that I use a walking aid, and that I cannot be picking you up, for example, and carrying you about for long periods of time, right? You do not expect that of me. I do not want to expect things of you that aren't possible. There is something wrong, isn't there? And if you're about to say that you didn't tell me because you thought I would end the contract, one, you clearly don't know me at all. Two, are you saying that our contract is more important than your health? That's worrying. Alright. So are you going to make me stand here all day, or are you going to tell me what sort of sudden illness you must be overcome with? What? No, we're not. Repeat that. And it's chronic. And you didn't tell me. You didn't deem that important enough information to go on to the contract. It's part in your little bio that I got you to write for me. No, of course, your medical information is your own personal, private business, but you didn't think I might need to know these things. Right, firstly, this seems like a fine excuse, though I am mad. I don't want you on the verge of tears. So, I will attempt to calm myself down. You need to promise to be honest with me. And I assure you I'm not about to end the contract. Alright. I'm sitting down. Why does not? You knew we had this condition when we met. Of course you did. You didn't deem it important to include because... Oh, forget about putting it on the public profile. You could have told me. Do you really think it would have made me turn you down? Yes, alright, I make a big deal out of that I'm doing this for free, but... Do you really think I would agree to do all of this for free if I didn't at least a little bit like you? I know I'm standoffish, cold, clinical, I've had it said. And that is good for what I do, right? That's what people want out of me, what they sign up for. But also, I suppose that is sort of just a little bit how I am. But all of that doesn't equal that I'm uncaring. It wouldn't have made me turn you away. You know I have chronic pain. Why would I turn you away? Make anything worse? How would you make anything worse? Goodness. Oh, it's like looking in a sad little mirror. Do you think it's been easy climbing my way to be one of the top, if not, well, currently the top creator on Concubite? Do you think it's easy to be able to build up an audience and clients, and have people find you attractive and want you when you're disabled? It's not what people expect, you know. Do you think I don't know how it feels to worry? I know I put on a good show. And don't get me wrong, I come by my pretentiousness quite honestly. But when starting out, my first contracts, it was something I worried about. I still sometimes do. That originally there were some that wouldn't check far enough. I had to make it clearer and clearer and more bold on my profile every time. Even now, there's people who know. Everyone knows about the cane, but some people seem to think it's just a fashion accessory. Just because I make sure that it matches my outfits doesn't... It can be both. You can make your walking days look fashionable. No one should assume that it's an accessory, that it's part of some sort of aesthetic. think people think Incubus can't get sick or be ill or whatever, but that's not true. Even now, sometimes there are clients, not as many, I vet pretty well, that say they're fine with it, and then very quickly it is revealed they are not. They want me to be able to be more active, have better stamina. Not that kind. I've had ones accuse me of tricking them. You believe that? Even though I make it very clear up front. They just think maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it's not like I say. And just to be clear, if I got a client who was perfectly healthy, who was able-bodied, right? And then, during the course of our contract, they became not so. I would not feel tricked. People cannot help. I do not feel tricked by you, let me get that clear. I am not upset with you because you are ill or in pain. I'm disappointed that you didn't tell me. You didn't trust me. That's what this relationship, contract, all of this is built on trust, right? It has to be. If you can't trust me, we can't do this. Oh, don't cry. Come here. Don't look so surprised. Like I said, cold doesn't equal uncaring, and I would not be the top ranked if I was not at least somewhat decent at comfort and aftercare and all of that. So, come here. Foolish thing. Would you like to tell me why you couldn't at least come up with some lie, excuse of why you couldn't get here? You couldn't reach your phone? And how did you get to the door when I... Alright, no more being on your feet for you today. No, that's an order, Pet. Am I going to have to use our... Fine, if you want to call it relationship. Relationship does not have to be something romantic. Dynamic is the word I was looking for, though. Our dynamic. In order to get you to take care of yourself. Oh well, I'm certainly not above it. I've done it to others. Whatever works. Will you please tell me exactly what it is? Whatever health problems you have, will you tell me? I don't want you to feel like you have to tell me your medical history, but... darling, I need to have somewhat of an idea. I need to know how long I could be subjecting you to being on your knees, vigorous activity, even just keeping you active. Awake for. If you need frequent breaks, if you need me to have certain foods, drinks, medication, aids nearby, I can keep stock of them at my place, or whether you need more specific things in aftercare, certain positions that you cannot be in, otherwise they cause you pain, are things that, if you told me earlier, we would have already gone over. You need to at least give me enough information for that. Can you do that? Good. Because you can be good, can't you? That's why you come to me. So I can teach you about how good you are. The privilege that it is that you put yourself in my hands. And then I get to show you how desirable you are, how attractive you are. You haven't become less so just because I now know you aren't at peak health. You're the same as you were before. I just know more now. And if you have things you need that you don't currently own, you ought to let me know. Pet, you ought to let me know. Because I take care of my pets. And to be honest, even if you weren't, I have half a mind to find out who owns this building and pay for the renovations to install an elevator myself. I shall refrain. Unless you give me the okay. I should never make you uncomfortable, just as you should never make me uncomfortable. And if that were to happen, we ought to tell each other. And you especially have to tell me if you're in any pain, so that we can stop, pause, move, readjust. And if we have to end a session early because of you being in pain, which, frankly, it's entirely possible we may one day have to end a session early because of my pain. Or we may have to cancel a session because of my pain. Alright? And you would not hate me for that, would you? Of course not, it's perfectly understandable, isn't it? Which is why it would have been perfectly understandable if you just texted me to say you were having a bad pain day. Or, since I understand you could not use your phone, I could have at least assumed that was the case, or known it was a possibility, and I wouldn't have shown up at your door, almost yelling at you. And now I feel like an arsehole. I didn't mean to make you upset. I mistakenly felt like I was being taken advantage of. I apologize. I'm sorry. Well, now in future I shall know. If you cancel without a word, I can at least know to bring over some sort of self-care package and not show up so rudely empty-handed. Of course, I could also just leave you alone, if that's what you'd prefer. I'm not trying to force myself into more of your life than the contract requires. I don't know if you have anyone else, but you deserve to be taken care of. You deserve help and aid. Frankly, you deserve to not be in any pain, but I know. I've been told this many times and I've struggled to believe it, but perhaps you can do better than I. You're not a burden. You're not weak, but also you do not have to be strong all the time. You don't have to be strong at all if you can't manage it. People so often praise the few who manage to get great accomplishments done despite the pain they're in. It does not make anyone else weak because they are unable to do things when they're in the same pain, or even less pain. I'm not going to get angry at you if you have to cancel, if you're having a bad pain day. You're allowed to have bad pain days. And you're allowed to rest on them, like we're doing now. Well, I can't claim to have come up with the advice myself. When I was a child, I know, you can't imagine me as one, can you? I was a lot more upset by my lot in life than I am now. I still get angry, don't get me wrong. It still feels as unfair as it ever has, but I was a lot more self-deprecating in my youth. But I was fortunate. I had a little brother. He's not dead, I don't know why I said it like that. I have a little sibling. Younger, I mean, he's not little anymore. Can you tell I'm not used to talking about my past? Not this far back, anyway. They would give me advice like that. Reminders, affirmations. I never could bring myself to repeat them. Like I said, maybe you can do better than I could. But it's also alright if you can't. I might not know exactly what you're going through, we may not have the same diagnoses. But I do understand what it's like to be angry at your own body for not complying, not doing what you want it to do, not being pain-free, feeling worried about going outside. The amount of times I still get glares and horrible looks from people when I usually can in public. It was sort of, when I was a child, people would still be terrible about it, but they would correctly assume that it was a medical necessity. And then as I got older, people kept being terrible, but started more and more often to think it was some sort of fashion statement. If it were a fashion statement, why would I be putting any weight on it? Anyway. I can relate somewhat to what you're going through. So you don't need to feel ashamed around me. Well, you shouldn't ever feel ashamed, but you don't need to worry. I understand. And I need you to trust me on that. Okay? Good. Then, seeing as I do have more time free, as this was meant to be your appointment, and such a last-minute cancellation means I did not have time to book anyone else in. I am available right now, if you would like me to stay. But when have you ever known me to offer to do something I didn't want to do? Exactly. So, I'll be honest, most of your weight is on top of me now anyway, and I have a feeling you don't want to move. So, no. I'm teasing. You're fine. Though, of course, if you would be comfier on the bed, if you think you can make it, I could attempt to help. I'm not sure how much help I'll be able to be, but... well, I could at least go and collect blankets, extra pillows to make this a more comfortable bed of sort. Or we can stay here. Like I said, I have nowhere else to be for a while, so... oh, forgive me. No, well, I got up early because, was preparing for someone, but it doesn't matter now. I reckon I could reach your television remote without having to dislodge you. If you're amenable to that. Wonderful, not that I usually watch regular television, but I suppose Something has to be on, right? You can choose. Well, think of this as being your appointment. That does mean you get a say on what happens. It does also mean I get to veto things, so if I truly think I will lose my sanity or will by any of the shows you switch on, you will have to change the channel. Deal. No, I'm not. I'm not going to fall asleep. That would be incredibly embarrassing. I do not fall asleep in front of pets. Of course, trust goes both ways, but we're not in an actual relationship. I'm not comfortable with it. Pets can fall asleep in front of me, I'll take care of them, but I don't want to be unconscious and have someone else in the room. Well, the difference is I have a whole lot of ratings saying I'm perfectly safe to fall asleep in front of. My clients usually don't. I don't mean to offend. It's a boundary of mine. I think if you're not paying, you still count as a client, don't you? And I suppose you are a bit too out of it to be able to move, so it's unlikely you'd get up to anything while I was asleep. We shall see what happens. No, of course you're welcome to fall asleep on my chest, I don't mind. Have you eaten yet today? Of course not. No, I'm not shaming you. I've been there. If you want to take a nap while I find us some white noise, do you trust to leave me in charge of ordering food? Actually, considering I don't know if there's any medical-related dietary restrictions. So how about this? You just lay down for a while. In about maybe an hour, half an hour, I'll wake you up if you're asleep and consult you on ordering food. My treat. Oh, I like spoiling my pets. Let me have this. It would make me happy if you let me. Excellent, then. Just try and relax. And I'll try to stop yawning. Thank you all so much for watching, my lovelies. Reminder that I have a Patreon. If everyone who subscribed to me gave me just £1 a month, that would help me out a lot and allow me to move out and keep making audios in a safer environment. Rewards of being a patron of mine include access to my Discord, ad-free streaming and downloads of all my audios, and 2 exclusive spicy audios a month, with at least 1 per month picked from your requests if you join the top fledgling tier, and more. I also stream on Twitch most Mondays, Fridays and Saturdays, and have an Etsy shop called Empty Masks where I sell fan art and original art. My Etsy also has stickers and other merch of my audio original characters under the Vampire Prince section of my shop. My art commissions are also currently open. Audio commissions are currently closed. A thank you to my patrons. My fledglings, Andy Christ, Sleepy Time Arts, Cello Moon, Sazzy NK, Ebony Void, Fruit Island, Raincloud, CL, Nerd Herder, Satan is a Real Man, Ruby Red Gem, Carry On, Olivia Nacito, Euronaughty, Asterash, Percy, Hell, Spicy But Sad, The Soul Assist, Tiffany Boyer, Void, Zoe Yamada, Aspen, River Heights Puff, Joanna Cole, Roses in Blue, Ray Cart, Sweethearts Die, Emily, Sweet Jade, Tisness, Kit, N, Emery, Zorn Emby, 675309, Goth Muppet, Peachy, Pumpkin Pie 23, Nicole Thompson, Dahlia, Valkyrie Ace, Despair, Caitlin Mitchell, Dawn Robin, Persephone Black, Oh Man, Lady D, Brooks Love for Music, Beautiful Thorns, Fern, Persephone Porus, Oracle of BS, Seo, Alpaca Avalanche, Philip Demeron, Steph, Mark, Audrey, Foul and Ruin, Demonics Anxiety, Deanna, Ethereal Viking, Jas, Emily, Vic, Nye, Abthasin, Amara Keen, Alyssa, Josie Moser, Pluto, Calix A, The Sleeping Poet, Next Time On, Silly Gay Goober, Nex, Goober, PyChan13, Asta Sarah, Rowan the Hunter, Jay, Farouk Valkyrie, Sharps, Melissa Simpson, True Starshine, Mika Strange, SH7, Ophelia, Alicia Bond, Delith, Incognita, Irrelevant Listener, Desi Fowl, Green Fog, Ace of Hearts, Sister of War, Gabrielle Simpkins, Charlie, Celia W, Bookstore Cryptid, Edward, Joelle McRae, Wisteria Song, Max Little Spoons, J. Aries, Ace, Delirious, Rave, Ellie B, Skybound, Sunny, Dak and Luke, Jordan Ratliff, Elixir Key of Destiny, Miles, David Moser, Ozd, Fergie, Willow Aarons, Lindsay Houston, Coffee Pot Cat, Cradle the Void, Annie or Alice, Taco Grave 3, Rio Plushie, Momo99, Thembo Supreme, Mad Hatter, Maypop, Collective Unit System, Foxboy, Frostbitten, Alex B, Marco01, M, Warner Yako, Dal, Planet MB, Katie, Briar Fell, Maria Davis, Jania, Jordan, Omen Warn Them, PT, Daniel Wolf, Peachy Sakura, Crested Blossom, Alexia, Ex-Profane X, Abby Cats 16, Skylar Sheridan, I Am My Family's Loki, Olivia Osman, M. Siren, Cassius, Iceberg, Avery, Tulipson, Ember Rain, Fishy78, Golden New, Plant Cato, Frosh, Severed Moose Head Tavern, The Silent Star, L, Undercover Clown, Chrissy, Jansa Jopar, Wolf of the Book, Primrose Path, Ducky, AG, Bumblebaby, Agent of Techno, Des, Ica111, Inovias, Untrustworthy Narrator, Rinstorm, Will, Sepide, Blue Frame, Bumpkin, Northern Isle, AMC 1720, Effie, Mux Murder, Mossy Crow Phil, John Oxt, Molly, Quinn, SL, The Kraken, The Master of Tea, Marina, October, Six Rabbits, Red Raccoon, Bexy, RMW, Red Velvet Rose, Rowan Torkill, Fantasy Princess, ASDF, Beloved Bog Goblin, March Andy, Ambrose, Midnight Whisper, Musa, Antichrist Socialite, Daniel G. Desjardins, Chaos Fox, Crime Panthera, Ash, Fulgina, Naj, Lysander, Black Seraphim 7, Heaven, Sequoia, Emily, Ash, Adventurers Winter, Kiara LB, Felix, Sam, Actually Static, Chris 07, Little Adventurer, Lost in Space Max, Colin Healy, Alex, Green Blue, Elle's Collection of Teeth, Angelus, Sakura the Neko, Lilu Boy, Luna Moth, Yaxit's Connor, Bloody Wren, Grayson, Rain Person, Cinny Bunny, Rose Cat, The Boy with No Name, Carter, Blue Cheese Cactus, Lex Fraser, Haz, Necromania, Vexed and Hexed, Obscure Oni, Sam Nan, Pidge, Vivi, Silas, Owl, Catastrophe 1742, Alec Worms, Mingus Owen, Jay the Bat, Becca, Caitlin Misclay, E, Banshee, Irina Shukina, Kitbird, Soul Lesser, Jack, Dionysus, Shadow 071108, Charlie Andy 101, Uh-Oh, Leviathan, Galactic Library, Apollo, Morgan, Vincent, Camiel Peterson, Coastal Bonbon, Umiel, Fox, Ali, Benj, 100 Bunnies, Apple XX Pop, Jake from State Farm, Ainsley C, Ranger Lee, Lovable Bull, Louis, Random NB, Jody Marie, Artist Lover, Lanky the Grave Robber, Kilroy, Lunaries Galaxia, Mac, Coy, Shay, Riv, Fluffy Pups, Ethel, Devil Vidal, Kilgore, Fairy Pill, Elisa Joyner, Semple, Jinxie, Derry, Apple Pie, Vi, Icarus, Verona, Cadence, Gabble, Not That Eli, Ladybug 232, Cade Freya, Extraterrestrial Omega, Midgardian Witch, Mothy, Helios Flame, Maxie, Tiffany, Clayson Jazzy, Whimsical Willow, Grey, Star Minion, Blaze, Val of Gaming, Vic, Cota, Caroline, Calcoon, Mad Dog, Leah Christie, Charlie Witt, Victor F, Kenma, Lemon on a Lily Pad, Ash, Core, Tobias Jansen, Inclement, Curiosity Girl, Black Canary, Chaotic Kai, Coda Wolf, I Need Healing, Zen, My Darling, Dead Roses, Eden, Rain Mimi, Mix T3A, Simone Schaefer, Lettuce Man, Captain 8 Coco, Dame Ellison, Keegan Mattel, Artie, Nova, Trinity, Haggis Stoltz, The Chris Boy, Ann and 3 Lover of Voices, Array Cat, Bugs, Tobeans 003, Amati Evol, A.M. Paulson, Cyberhawk, Forgs, Blood and Roses, Tyler Jackson, Antisocial Corpse, Fireheart24 Vlogs, Maria L, H, Savvy, Scott Draws, Jen, Ollie Ope, Cassia, Mama Poot, Nebby, Sean Gorton, Ave Walker, Ebony Viramontes, Tony Jen, Sparrow, Emily Catherine, Casey Williams, Cade 2025, Ghosty, K, Mina Ashido, Sam, Mothghoul, Brittany Cox, HRT Stoto, Breezy Bot, Shadow Song, Nicole, Lou, The Goblin King, Green Blue Number 2, Microphone, Dionysian Corgi, Bugsy, Bug, Sweet Candy Heart, Sol, Kate Simmons, Amalia, Plant, Luca D'Amico, Crywolf 883, Flo, Agata Vixorek, Just Monica, and Wim Mortal. And a thank you to my familiars, Solidaria, Cecilia, Spatial Oddities, Jocelyn, Jessica Louise Forsyth, Dusklike, Bitch and Bunny, AJ, Nocturnal, Joel Botter, Emotional Lizard, and Tarragon.